I'm out here west of town, west of England, in a little bayou called Plum Bayou. And believe it or not, this is where I took my very first drink of alcohol ever in my life at the young, tender age of only 15 years old. Out here just west of town, and there was a family that lived just down this road from us, and they had a couple of boys and that were my age and my brother's age, and we hung out together, and the oldest boy and I were friends, and we were the same age, and you know, his dad, they drank beer and no big deal, and but one day we just took a couple of beers out of the refrigerator and we came down here to the bayou. And I can't remember exactly where we sat, but we sat here on the edge of the bayou and we drank those beers. And you know, nothing bad happened to me. You know, I've heard a lot of stories about people's, first drink of alcohol and, you know, kind of what happened. They get drunk and go into a blackout and all these terrible things happen. And none of that happened to me. You know, I drank that one beer, it was just one beer, and I remember it was a Miller beer in a bottle. Not a Miller Lite, but a regular Miller beer in a bottle. I drank that one beer, and what I remember feeling more than anything else was just this feeling of warmth inside of me, and this feeling for the first time in my life that I felt like I belonged on the face of this earth. Now, I don't have time to explain, you know, what was behind all of that. You know, again, it's just, you know, a lot of it tied up with the crazy ideas I had formed about, you know, my life and about life in general and about, you know, religious life. And all I know is before that moment, you know, I always had felt like I was a mistake, that, you know, I was not supposed to be here. And when I drank that beer and sitting down here with my buddy Don, in that moment, I felt like everything was okay. And I felt like I was supposed to be here and it was okay for me to be here. And so I didn't have a blackout, I didn't get drunk, nothing terrible happened, I didn't get sick. But I knew in that moment that I wanted to do that again. And I believe that from the very first time, the very first drink I took of that beer that day, oh my goodness, how many years ago has that been? When I was 15. And the very first time I took a drink, I knew I wanted to do it again. And even though it wasn't obvious to me at the time, but looking back, I realized that from that very first time I took that drink, my thought was, when can I do this again? And very early in my life, that's kind of what it kind of focused on. You know, for me, it was just like, you know, I want to be able to do this again, to drink some alcohol again and enjoy this. And it just continued. And of course, then, you know, I got on through high school and went into college and blah, blah, blah. And you know, the rest is history. Down the bayou there, and it was somewhere right around here. We walked down and the bridge here and just walked off the bridge. You know, and I want to also state, and I hope it's, you know, clear, and I want everyone to understand that I've got no moral judgment about drinking or not drinking. You know, people that drink. You know, alcoholism is a real thing, and my understanding of it is, you know, there's a certain percentage of the population that they just don't handle alcohol very well, and I think I'm one of those individuals. One thing that's interesting too, you know, when I was drinking, I never liked desserts. I say I never liked it, but I rarely ate desserts. Wasn't a big dessert eater, but interestingly enough, once I quit drinking, all of a sudden I love sugar. And of course, you know, that's because alcohol is sugar. Be aware that from a health standpoint, you know, you might want to curtail how much alcohol you drink, because it is like a sugar in the body. Man, this is bringing back memories. This is the area where I grew up when we moved to England, Arkansas. My dad, we lived out here west of town, and you see how just flat and open it is behind me, and it's just fields. And I guess I was in the summer before my 9th grade when we moved here, and Man, my brother and I and my friends down the road, Don and Gene, God, we used to run these back roads, and I had an old 65 Dodge Coronet. Didn't have a driver's license, but I had a car, and that thing would barely run, but it would run, and man, we'd get back here on these turn rows, and we would cut up, and it was just a simpler time. Life was good. Life still is good. Life still is good. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna wrap up this video, and just want to thank you all for watching. You know, I'm having fun with my videos. I'm trying to figure out the direction I want to go with this. I don't know if anybody's paying attention or not, but I'm having fun putting these together and doing this. I'm just like everybody else, just trying to do my part to try to make this world a better place to live.